Try to see your entire business through the eyes of the customer. Everything from acquisition, everything from following you on social media through to their first order, through to their 50th order. The way that we do this is by speaking to customers who are mobile first through the technologies that they use to be mobile first. We have to protect their data. Trust and privacy is everything. Marketing has become a data job. All of us need to continue to invest in our data skills. I don't believe that we're going to necessarily lose our jobs to machine learning and AI. Humans have advantages that machines do not. We can adapt to new information way better than machines can. And also, we're the ones that still can ask the great questions. Google's definition of machine learning is using data to answer questions. We're still the ones that are asking those questions, so we're good for now. And then multi-channel, multi-format, again, because that's where your customers are, that's how your customers behave. And he who can mirror that will probably win some orders. So let's fast forward through that. Anti-trends, 5 things to stop doing in 2019. As I mentioned, I write a little column for the American Marketing Association. I wanted to do a good job on my column, and so I reached out to every LinkedIn person that I had. I've got about over 1,000 LinkedIn connections. I heard back from a bunch of people. This is what they're going to stop doing. Facebook advertising really surprised me. 20% of them, this is more than anything else that people said, they're going to cut back on Facebook advertising. This is not because they're responding to the trust issues. They're actually reporting that it does not work as well, particularly for B2B people, but also for business to consumer. They're saying that, the marketing qualified leads are getting lower and lower. The quality of the leads is going down. They're saying they're getting more expensive. It's just getting more competitive, and the quality isn't there. I hope that this is not happening for you, and your Facebook ads are great, but if you're starting to see kind of erosion, I guess would be the way to say it, in the quality of your Facebook, what you're getting out of Facebook, you're not alone. A lot of people mentioned it. A lot of really smart marketers too. I mean, people who are spending over 10 million a year. So here's what one person said. She's going to shift, I'm going to shift the majority of my client spend into Instagram, not on moral grounds, but just she's found that her demographic responds better to Instagram. Here's another person. We haven't had much luck with Facebook ads. Cost per acquisition is not so good, and we're looking to slash past their budget. They're going to try to invest in LinkedIn. Again, these things are vast generalizations. What works for one person may not work, but this is, when I asked a lot of people, this is what they said. Decreasing return over the years. It's both expensive and competitive at the same time. Just another data point. And I will do less Facebook and Instagram marketing and move into niche channels. That's a thing in marketing. That's a principle that applies across the board, is you go to where the competition is lower. That's why that postcard example, that I like that postcard example, is because as other channels get less competitive, it's much easier to stand out. It's much cheaper to stand out, and it's much easier. LinkedIn groups. This lady wrote the authoritative book on LinkedIn marketing, and she's saying she doesn't do LinkedIn groups anymore. So that used to be an awesome resource, but at least she's saying that she's not doing it anymore. Google My Business posts. These used to work. They used to be one of the best things in SEO for local businesses, but they've kind of downgraded them, so a lot of people stopped doing them. Chatbots. I was a little surprised by this one. I thought chatbots were going to be the next coolest, most awesome thing going. Not everybody is having success with them. So if you have been beating yourself up because you haven't gotten a chatbot set up and you're not being current enough, you might not be missing out on so much. And then cold pitches. Oh my goodness, everybody hates cold pitches. How many of you here hate cold pitches? Yeah. Don't do everyone a favor in business, and when you connect to someone, don't immediately send them a note that pitches your services. If you must send that pitch email, build a relationship with the person first. So, like a couple of their shares, get acquainted with their content, leave some comments on their blog or comments on their posts. Maybe refer an article to them. I've had amazing success with CEOs, just sending them an article like, this is some really interesting research. I found it. I thought you might like it. I made a friend. I mean, it took me like 20 minutes, and I've made a friend. The CEO now follows me on Twitter. He's asked me if I have some availability to be hired. Be generous. It's social. You want to give people gifts as you build a relationship with them. It works way better than just walking right in and asking for something. This is just another example. Bad email outreach. Again, as a personal example, I used to send out cold emails to get work. I'm a content writer. That's how I make most of my money. But a couple years ago, I could send out like 10, 15 emails, and I would get, like 2 clients. It was a ridiculous hit rate. I sent out about 30 of them late this summer to crickets. They don't work. But again, when I shared some relevant research with, a C-suite sort of person, then all of a sudden we were best friends. Or not best friends, but like he knew who I was, and he was willing to open my emails and talk to me. It's much more effective to build that relationship step by step. Again, cold emails, LinkedIn emailing, so if that's working less well for you, you're not alone. And now I've run out of slides. I have to stop now.